Charleston White just went all the way in on Lil Nas X, and the internet lost its mind instantly. The clips went viral, the reactions got heated, and this one sparked a full-blown online meltdown.
Nah. Hey, don't be late to the party tonight.
Where at?
You know where it's at. Nah, go ahead, babe. Nah. Go ahead.
The streets lit up when news broke that Lil Nas X was spotted half naked, stumbling in the middle of the road with cops showing up to the scene. Neighbors called it a disturbing sight, while blogs immediately blasted the footage like breaking news. But here's the thing, in 2024, nothing in this game feels simple. Was this a real breakdown, or just another publicity stunt from one of hip-hop's most controversial stars? That's the question everybody's asking. Some neighbors claimed he looked completely out of it, mumbling and barely able to stand. They said it looked like an overdose situation. But when the footage hit blogs, people weren't buying it so easily. The streets started breaking down the details like detectives' empty streets, perfect camera angles, and the way gossip pages like The Shade Room got the footage almost instantly. That's when the theory hit. This wasn't an accident, this was staged. Charleston White was one of the loudest voices clowning the whole situation. He said straight up that Lil Nas X was chasing attention because his career was drying up. According to Charleston, labels ain't backing him heavy anymore. Money's getting thin, and the only way he knows how to stay relevant is by going viral with something shocking. And let's be real, Lil Nas X has built his whole brand off controversy. From his Satan shoes to his BT Award kiss stunt, shock value has always been his currency. But this time, fans weren't laughing. Many felt it was too desperate. If it was really a PR stunt, it wasn't creative, it was humiliating. That sparked a whole other conspiracy. Maybe this wasn't just about Lil Nas X going viral. Maybe it was a humiliation ritual, the kind industry insiders always whisper about. The idea is simple: when an artist falls off, their label or handlers push them into humiliating situations to strip them down and rebuild them for another wave of profit. For a lot of fans, Lil Nas X wandering half naked, looking broken, felt exactly like that.
Uh-oh, somebody's gonna have to pay for that. Da, da, da. Da, da, da. Hey, for everybody coming to the party. La, la, la. Yes, I am serving you. I am serving you. And you better be at that party tonight. Oh, yes. 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 Yes, get my good side. Every side. Yes. Boom, cat towel. Sean Bankhead taught me that one.
Then you got the other side, people who think this was a cry for help. They argue Lil Nas X has been under pressure since day one. Remember, this was a kid who blew up overnight with Old Town Road, went diamond, and suddenly had the entire world watching. Add in the controversy around his sexuality and the label constantly pushing him to be louder, wilder, and more outrageous, and it's not hard to believe he cracked under pressure. Maybe this wasn't a stunt. Maybe it was the reality of a man falling apart while the world turned it into memes. Either way, that night changed the narrative. Lil Nas X went from being the internet's favorite troll to the subject of serious debate. Is he broke? Is he desperate? Or is he the victim of an industry that builds artists up, then humiliates them when the money slows down? After that incident hit the blogs, the first rumor that spread like wildfire was that Lil Nas X is broke. For years, he was one of the most pushed artists in the industry, with Columbia Records backing him heavy. But lately, insiders claim the machine ain't moving the same way for him. His last singles barely made a dent, his tour didn't sell out like the label expected, and critics say the shock value that once boosted his career is now backfiring. Fans started pointing out that Lil Nas X hasn't dropped a real hit since Industry Baby with Jack Harlow. That record was everywhere, but it was also back in 2021. Since then, his attempts to go viral haven't hit the same. The pregnancy photo shoot stunt, the Satan shoe collab with Human Blood in the Souls, and even his BET Award kiss moment, all of it created buzz, but none of it translated into consistent music dominance. The internet trolls he used to control now troll him back. Instead of being the provocateur, he's becoming the punchline.
Lil Nas X, fruity. This boy hooked up. Yeah, it's a difference. Say them, yeah. Nah, that boy there, yeah. That's the confused. Lil Nas X got his mind made up. Yeah. He go kiss him. This nigga, yeah, niggas now he's specifically named a trans. So yeah, he a word. Yeah, he want a woman with a dick. Yeah, he, I can't process it, Chud. I can't even think. My mind is going up and up with this shit.
And this is where the label politics come in. In the industry, as long as you're making money, labels will protect you and push you to the front. But the second your numbers slow down, their investment dries up. People close to the situation claim Columbia hasn't been giving Lil Nas X the same budgets or marketing muscle, forcing him to try and generate attention on his own. That's why fans are calling this whole half-naked in the street situation another desperate ploy. If the label ain't backing him, he has to keep himself trending, no matter how wild it looks. Charleston White, always quick with the disrespect, said straight up, "That boy broke, ain't no more label checks, so now he embarrassing himself for clicks." And as harsh as it sounds, the theory lines up with the timing. Viral stunts were his bread and butter, but now that they're repetitive, fans see through it. They don't think it's clever anymore. They think it's sad. Another angle fans brought up was how Lil Nas X might be trapped in the image his label created for him. From day one, he was marketed as the bold, unapologetic troll who weaponized controversy. But what if that wasn't entirely his choice? Some insiders say the label encouraged him to lean into the most extreme version of himself, even the DL image, playing up stereotypes to go viral. That worked when he was hot. But now that the audience is tired of it, he's left stuck, with no authentic lane to pivot back into. He can't just turn around and be a regular rapper. The box he was put in is the same box people are laughing at now. So when people saw him stumbling in the streets, half naked, it didn't feel shocking. It felt like the sad reality of an artist who ran out of tricks. The troll turned into the one being trolled.
I wanted to say this about Lil Nas X. I got a few friends that went to school with him and they said he was never gay.
Are you serious?
So I know for a fact, like, what he doing is because, like, they told him, like, you gotta do this now if you want.
So you feel like he not really gay?
I feel like ain't nobody really gay. In Jesus' name, amen. It's getting popularity, getting you money, getting you views. So it's like selling yourself. Like, you do this, you.
Chat, what are y'all? I mean, why they keep saying kiss, bro? Oh, you want to kiss? No, I don't want to kiss, bro. You sure? No. Bro, come on, bro. Stop doing that, bro. What? I'm not doing nothing. I'm not with that gay shit, bro.
As the footage kept circulating, the internet started pulling it apart frame by frame. Theories exploded that this wasn't just a random breakdown, it was a humiliation ritual. Conspiracy pages pointed out the empty streets, the way cameras were perfectly angled, and how gossip blogs had the video within minutes. They asked the question, who recorded it and how did it get to TMZ so fast? To fans, it looks staged, not spontaneous. The humiliation ritual idea isn't new. For years, people have said that when celebrities start falling off, the industry forces them into embarrassing situations to break them down before building them back up. It's like a twisted reset button. Destroy the image, then relaunch it for profit. Fans brought up other artists they believe went through similar moments, from public meltdowns to stage scandals. And now they're saying Lil Nas X is the latest victim of the machine. Charleston White mocked the ritual talk, but even he admitted something about the whole scene felt off. He said, "You telling me the man just out there in the street, half naked, and the first reaction ain't the police covering him up, it's cameras? Nah, that's Hollywood." His point hit home. When regular folks have breakdowns, you don't see it on TMZ 5 minutes later. But with celebrities, humiliation becomes entertainment. Another detail fans pointed out was the timing. Lil Nas X had just faced backlash for lackluster performances and low sales. His name wasn't buzzing like it used to. Then suddenly, this scandal pops off, putting him back at the center of conversation. It felt too convenient. For the conspiracy crowd, it was obvious. His handlers wanted him to go viral, even if it meant embarrassing him to the max. Some fans took it further, tying it to his entire career arc. They argued that from the start, Lil Nas X was pushed into being the industry's shock puppet. From the cowboy hats of Old Town Road to the devil imagery of Montero, every move felt orchestrated to create controversy. And when the controversy stopped hitting, the industry had to escalate, leaving him in the street looking broken. Whether you believe that or not, the symbolism is heavy. But there's another layer here: mental health. Not everybody sees this as a ritual or stunt. Some genuinely think Lil Nas X is struggling under the weight of fame, blowing up overnight, being one of the first openly gay rap stars and having the internet dissect every move. It's enough to crack anyone. If that's the case, then this isn't about humiliation rituals. It's about a man drowning while his pain is turned into content. Either way, the footage left a mark. For fans, it became proof that Lil Nas X is no longer in control of his own narrative. Whether he staged it, his label staged it, or it was real, the result is the same. His image is shattered, and the industry is eating him alive. The fallout from the Lil Nas X incident showed just how divided the culture is on him. On one side, you had fans defending him, saying this was clearly a cry for help and that people should stop making jokes. They argued that fame at his level comes with pressures the average person can't imagine. Every move judged, every word twisted, every misstep amplified. To them, this wasn't about clout or rituals. It was about a young artist spiraling in plain sight, and instead of compassion, the world laughed. But on the other side, the jokes were relentless. Social media roasted him with memes, clowning him for falling off and saying he's now doing anything for attention. Some even called him the male version of Azealia Banks, someone who thrives on chaos but loses credibility with every stunt. And that's the dangerous part. Once the internet stops respecting you and only sees you as a joke, your career clock starts ticking. Industry folks also chimed in. Quiet whispers say his label isn't interested in pushing him like before. To them, Lil Nas X is no longer a guaranteed hitmaker but a liability. The shock value that once made him millions now makes him look unstable. And in this business, instability means lost money. Without strong backing, it's going to be harder for him to get the same opportunities, features, and promo he once had on lock. Charleston White, never missing a chance to stir chaos, summed it up the way only he can. Lil Nas X used to troll the world, now the world trolling him. That's the end of the game right there. And honestly, that's the truth. When you build your brand on trolling and controversy, you eventually run out of new ways to shock people. Once the audience stops reacting, you're left exposed, and every misstep becomes a punchline. Still, there's a chance for redemption. Hip-hop has seen artists come back from worse. But if Lil Nas X wants to bounce back, it can't just be another wild stunt. The streets don't want another gimmick. They want music, authenticity, and a real story they can believe in. The question is, can he deliver that? Or is he too deep into the character his label built for him to ever step back into something real? Right now, his career sits at a crossroads. Either this incident becomes the wake-up call that forces him to get back to the music and prove he's more than viral moments, or it becomes the moment that marks his downfall. Because whether you see it as a ritual, a PR stunt, or a genuine breakdown, one fact can't be denied. Lil Nas X went from being one of the game's most untouchable trolls to one of its biggest question marks. And once the streets start questioning your authenticity, climbing back up that hill is a battle most don't win.